Hey friends. Today's video is going to be an anti-haul because it's that time of the month. No, not that time of the month. No, the time of the month where I collect a ton of things off of Instagram and off of Sephora and things that I have seen that I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. If you've never seen one of my anti-hauls before, these videos are used as a way of kind of counteracting the like super hyper consumerism that's like everywhere else in the beauty community. And I'm using hyperbole. If you've seen Kimberly Clark's videos before, Kimberly Clark was kind of the person that popularized anti-hauls in the first place. She's back on YouTube. I'm so excited. But anti-hauls are a way of kind of counteracting that and helping people maybe curb their spending if somebody is suffering from like a shopping addiction or worried that they're gonna like develop a shopping addiction, or just somebody that needs to spend less and somebody that doesn't need to have products just shoved in their face 24/7, you know? Because I don't need to have products shoved in my face 24/7 because I don't need it all, and neither do you. And hopefully this helps somehow and makes you laugh, because I love filming these videos. They're very fun. They're very fun to film because I just get to like get ranty for a while. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this new Tarte palette. This is the, what are they even calling it? Young, Wild, and Cruelty-Free. We get it, Tarte. We get it. This palette, Tarte was kind of on a roll with some really nice, fun palettes, but this one just kind of goes back to like, ooh, warm tones with a pop of teal, as it's literally on my eyes right now. It's giving me straight up deja vu more than a lot of things I've seen lately. It looks like a fine palette, like the quality doesn't look bad. That's the thing. That's the thing I want to try and reiterate, is that like when I'm talking about these products, I'm not necessarily saying all the time that they're going to be bad quality, because they're not always bad quality. What I'm saying is that like if things are super redundant for things that have already come out and that most likely people already have something very similar to it, you don't need to have a duplicate of it. You don't need to have something that's so similar just because it's new. That's what I'm saying. So like this is probably decent quality. So like if you don't have a palette like this at all, maybe look at it. But there's like a million ColourPop palettes, at least one other Tarte palette. It looks so similar to so many things that have come out. Like I looked at it and I was like, is this an old picture? Like, is this like an old photo? Tarte, like you're kind of working your way back up. Tarte's working their way back up into the good graces of a lot of YouTube. But this palette is just like, it's such a like bland throwaway of a palette. Next thing we're gonna talk about is this highlighter palette from Clyro, and I've actually never talked about this brand on my channel before, but I've seen them on YouTube all over the place. They are, I feel like most well known for their lipsticks. They've come out with a couple of palettes lately, and they're in this really, really weird shape. It's a K shape, which I'm surprised the Kardashians didn't come out with something like this, but it's a K for Clyro, and a terrible waste of space in a palette because there's 4 colors on like the tall part, and then there's 1 color per like diagonal. It's a huge waste of space. I cannot imagine how you would store this. Like this would only be a display piece. I feel like there's no way you could travel with it. There's no way that I would be able to store it easily. And I feel like, how expensive is this? $49. Like this is expensive for a highlighter palette. Like you're getting a little mirror that's really awkward. It's just, you're clearly paying for unnecessary packaging, and I'm not really about that right now because I don't have the largest space to keep things. If I have like a whole room for makeup, yeah, obviously my spending habits and my like storage habits would be different, but I have like a vanity. That's it. And like, this is just not practical for me, and I don't need it, and I'm not gonna buy it. I should look into this brand though, because I've heard good things about their lipsticks, but this highlighter palette, like,
why?
Regardless of the fact that it like the highlighter colors are gonna be way too dark for me, but obviously it wasn't made for my skin tone. I get it. But like packaging and packability is just not something that I feel like is practical. Next thing we're gonna talk about is this Jeffree Star lip gloss.
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
This lip gloss looks ridiculous. I will say, the packaging, how I like totally shit on the concealer packaging before, the packaging for the lip gloss makes sense for a lip gloss because it's something you'll take around with you. It's something that you'll apply multiple times a day. It's like an accessory. But the formula looks absolutely disgusting. All the swatches that came out look like really thin and not glossy, and just like it makes your lips look dry. How that's possible, I don't know. The promotional images look not attractive at all. The ones that aren't glittery are like weird and milky, and then the ones that are glittery look like gritty and not flattering on the lips. Just like, it's just, ugh. They don't look pretty. They just don't look pretty on the lips. If anybody came out with a lip gloss where the promotional images look like this, I wouldn't buy it. It's not just because it's Jeffree Star, but they do not look like something that I want. They look like they have too much pigment, too much glitter, and not enough gloss. You know, this is not something that I need. No, it's not. Nothing. Ooh, The next thing we're gonna talk about, when I saw this on Trend Mood, my eyes rolled back around in my head 3-4 times in succession, because this is literally everything that people has been criticizing Benefit for. They keep doing it. This is the Party Like a Flock Star. No. Party Like a Flock Star eye, lip, and cheek palette. 1, I hate face palettes where you have cream products mixed with powder products. 2, the pun is terrible. 3, it's repeats of everything they've come out with before. There ain't nothing new. And 4, I need more wine for this. 4, I don't apply lip gloss or lipstick from a palette. That's not practical for my use. That's not something that I need. Who wants this? I don't understand their demographic. I don't understand who they're making products for and who's buying this. Who's buying it? I don't know, because nobody that I know is talking about it. Nobody that I follow or subscribe to are talking about it. I don't know. It's so derivative. There's 4 eyeshadows, 3 like a blush, highlight, bronzer thing, and then 4 lipsticks in a palette. I don't fucking need that. Party Like a Flock Star, and it's like a flamingo. These half-ass puns. That doesn't even make sense. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I'm so done with Benefit just repackaging old products
to make it seem new.
It's not new. Benefit, stop. If you wanna, like, sell new things, make new products. Don't repackage old products to maybe get new people to buy it, because you want to make products for like your loyal customers who already own these things, and they're not going to go out and buy it. And if you're trying to get them to go out and buy it, that's really shitty because they already have it. Okay? Stop it, Benefit. They really need an upgrade. Just like design, they truly need just like a whole 180 upgrade in everything. Like the box blushes are getting old. It's just like outdated at this point, that I don't need anything from Benefit right now. I'm sorry, Benefit, I don't need it, and I'm not gonna buy it. It's like, if people don't already own those products, they're not gonna buy them now. I don't get it, okay? Next thing we're gonna talk about is something that I saw today on Trend Mood. Lululemon, the overpriced athleisure wear company, is coming out with skincare that they're calling Lululemon Self-Care, which again is kind of pandering to the idea of self-care, when like self-care doesn't necessarily mean like buying new things for yourself. Stop it. They have expensive deodorant, expensive face moisturizers, $34 dry shampoo. Like, I buy Dry Bar, which is like in the $20, so that's expensive, but like, why should I trust Lululemon with my skincare and hair care products? They make athleisure. I'm so tired of these brands that really don't have any sort of like expertise, or have shown that they have any expertise in skincare, coming out with skincare products. It's like, what are we supposed to just like automatically believe that, oh yeah, Lululemon totally is good at skincare? Why? Why would they be good at that automatically? Like, because they have money? Where's the tests? Where's the research? Like, I'm not gonna buy this. I've never been a fan of Lululemon. I feel like the whole culture around it is just real wonky, and it's all way too expensive anyway. They have it in like the bougiest corner of the mall I used to work at. There's like a Nordstrom, not a Veda. There's Origins down there. There's like all the expensive stores down there. And it just, when they put in Lululemon, I was like, oh yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Yeah. So you know how I said I didn't have a fan before? I stole this from my mom. It's made out of foam. Patrick Tahu? Lululemon, sorry, I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it, obviously. Okay. One kind of broad thing I want to talk about. The idea of rainbow capitalism. Editing Abby here. I filmed this before Kimberly Clark uploaded her video the other day, so I highly recommend you go check out Kimberly's video that she posted about corporate pride, because Kimberly went in way more in depth about it and from a place like actually being in the community. So definitely go check out Kimberly's video on this topic specifically, because she knows way more than I do. So, yeah. Okay, back to the video! And I know this is a super touchy subject, obviously, because like the LGBTQ community has come like a very long way in being able to like have things marketed to them. But again, it's things being marketed to them. There's a lot of brands that have come up with like rainbow themed things, and you can't judge the authenticity of like a brand's motives. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Like some are creating products where some of the proceeds are going to particular charities. Be skeptical of brands. Not saying don't buy things specifically because they're pandering to a particular audience, but be skeptical of how a brand is acting all year round, and think about how a brand is presenting themselves the other 11 months out of the year. And if you really want to support the charities, just like donate specifically to the charities. Like if you want to give charities money, but you don't have to buy a rainbow themed palette from Morphe to do that. I've seen a lot of brands put out pride themed things for the month, and a lot of not even makeup brands like banks and shit, like other companies, like corporations having like rainbow themed things, and like like Listerine, rainbow Listerine packaging. At that point, it's just like they're just pandering, and they're just trying to get people's money because they're putting rainbows on it. They're doing it now because that's what people are thinking about, and that's what people are focused on this month. So please be skeptical of the brands and think about what they do the other 11 months out of the year. And obviously, like if you like a brand and if you like a palette and also some of the money goes to charity, yeah, like buy it if you want it and you like it. But if you're just gonna buy it because the money is going to charity, just donate the money to charity. Because then you can give more to the charity, and you can give directly rather than like giving some money to a corporation. Because I've seen some where it's like 10% of it goes to a charity and an organization, when like you could just give 100% of what you would spend on this Morphe palette to the Trevor Project. You know, be skeptical of these brands pandering to LGBTQ folks, because they don't always put their money where their mouth is. And I worry that some of them are putting their money where their mouth is now because it's better for their bottom line. You know, I'm inherently a cynic now that I've gotten older, but I'm such a fucking cynic. Holy shit. Is that what happens when you turn 30? You just get cynical? At least I don't have fine lines and wrinkles. I don't look cynical. That lack of sun damage is truly doing wonders for my skin. So the last thing we're going to talk about, and I'm probably going to go off on a rant about this in a tangent. This is this Sunrise palette from Natasha Denona, and I've seen so many people get this, use this. My friends bought it, really like it. I'm not questioning the quality. I'm not questioning the quality at all. This idea that this palette is affordable is a farce, because affordable is different for everybody. Yes, it is more affordable than her full-size palettes, but her full-size palettes are ridiculous. When I was first buying makeup, spending $50 on a palette was a lot. $129 is so expensive and so exclusive that now that they put out something that's, it's more accessible, it's $65, but it's still fucking $65 for a small palette. I don't want people to think that because everybody is saying that like Natasha Denona eyeshadows are like unmatched and it's such a good quality and it's so worth it. Saying that something that's at least $65 is worth it makes somebody feel like they're missing out so much on something that they can't afford. Seeing the way that it's being pushed and seeing the way that it's being marketed, that like, oh my god, like it's so cheap now. It's not fucking cheap. It's still $65. And so I feel like how the narrative and the buzz around Natasha Denona has been really weird, because like when she first came on the scene, when the brand first came on the scene, nobody else was charging that much for their eyeshadow palettes. Like Pat McGrath like came into Sephora shortly thereafter, and her stuff is also ridiculously expensive. And I just remember like seeing that these palettes were $129, and I was like, why? Like, why is that suddenly like, oh, that's just like a thing that people are cool with? No, $130 for a palette. I would never spend that much money on an eyeshadow palette. I'm on the What's Up in Makeup group on Facebook, and there's so many posts where people are like, oh, like, should I get this? Like, I have this, but do I need this? And people are like,
oh, the quality is so good, like it's so worth it.
Stop saying that it's worth it or it's affordable, because for somebody it's not. If you want to buy it and you want to spend your money on it, cool, that's fine, but don't make other people feel like that they need it, or don't make other people feel like, oh, well, what they have is inferior to this. Because I've seen people say that, and I've seen people say that like, oh, this is like, oh, you have ColourPop palette that's like virtually the same colors. Oh, that's it's not the same. No, not everybody truly needs the like sheer amount of product that's in a Natasha Denona palette, because honestly, do we go through that many palettes? Do we need that large of palettes? No, we don't need that much eyeshadow in one single pan. So the discourse around Natasha Denona has been very frustrating, because there was just like a sudden like, yeah, no, that's totally cool. We're cool with spending that.
Why?
And then after that, I feel like with the normalization of eyeshadow palettes being that expensive, I feel like it's gonna get worse and worse, where other brands are gonna be like, oh, well, if people are willing to spend $130 on a Natasha Denona palette, we can just up our prices elsewhere. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to be something that just like is normal, because then it's gonna make makeup less accessible to people. Obviously, some people are only always gonna buy from the drugstore, and that's fine. But the price point just feels like a really exclusive club. And this whole discourse around the Sunrise palette has just been really weird, because I'm like, $65 isn't cheap. You don't need it. If anybody tells you that you need these Natasha Denona palettes, or that like, oh, you want to buy one of them, you need one of them. No, you don't. Just because people on YouTube are using it doesn't mean that you need it too. I'm just surprised that like people just got used to it being $130 and just being cool with it. Like, I don't care about the price per ounce, because like I'm not gonna use that much product. Like, if you have one palette and you don't buy other palettes, maybe. But that's not the reality for a lot of people who watch YouTube, and that's not the reality for a lot of people who follow makeup releases and follow new makeup. Like, you don't have just one, okay? And the like overwhelming like, oh, new things, you need all of them type discourse gets really dangerous when things are over $100 per thing. Is that just me? Is it just me that's just like annoyed with Natasha Denona? So yeah, this Sunrise palette and anything that Natasha Denona puts out, eyeshadow palettes particularly. The blush and the cheek things I've been curious about, but I don't like cream with powders in palettes, as I've already said. So I'm not buying any Natasha Denona palettes, because I look at a $130 price tag, I'm like, nope. Not for this, bitch. I don't remember the last time I spent $130 on anything. I spent $80 on like a really industrial like camera strap. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this anti-haul. I realized there weren't a ton of products, but I just really wanted to kind of go in on a few things because I've been particularly annoyed with them lately. And most of the stuff that's come out this month has been like skincare. And some of the stuff that's come out lately, I'm like, ooh.
Let me take a look at that.
For today's song of the day, it is the new cover of The Modern Leper by Frightened Rabbit, covered by Biffy Clyro. And oh
My God.
I belong to this Frightened Rabbit appreciation group on Facebook, and people share things all the time. And that's kind of how I found out about Tiny Changes. And Tiny Changes is this charity that people have put together kind of in memory of Scott. And they're putting out a 10th anniversary record with a bunch of covers from bands and friends of the band. Biffy Clyro's version of The Modern Leper was posted onto YouTube today as I'm filming this, and I got chills and I almost started crying. Julian Baker has a really good cover on it too. I'll link both of them below, but particularly that Biffy Clyro cover was like so good. Yeah. So I will link to actually the whole kind of Tiny Changes pre-order for the vinyl. They got like t-shirts and vinyls and CDs and stuff, but it's been really nice to see how people have kind of kept Scott alive in all of this. So please go check out the song. I highly recommend it, especially if you like Frightened Rabbit. If you've never heard of Frightened Rabbit, please go check out their whole catalog because they're one of my favorite bands in the whole wide world and has really meant a lot to me for a long time. So I did not mean to get sappy there at the end because I'm going to film another video right about now. Again, with anti-hauls, if you bought any of these products, I'm not hating on you. Most of the time, I'm not hating on the brands. Obviously, sometimes I am hating on the brands. Most of the time, I'm not. So please take this with a grain of salt and please don't take it personally because people inevitably take this fucking personally. I'm talking about products and I'm talking about why I'm not going to buy them. That's me. If you want to buy them, fucking buy them. I'm just hoping I can help. You know, give a little boost of confidence in people being like, oh, maybe I don't need this. Maybe all these people on Facebook telling me I need it are wrong because you don't need any of this. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I love making anti-hauls. I'm gonna keep making them. If you ever see anything on Instagram that you feel like I would want to roast, please tag me and stuff. I'm on Instagram a lot. That's probably the social network that I'm on the most. So follow me there. I post things regularly. I have quite the weird Instagram story sometimes. So yeah, I want to make these kind of as community as possible because I know that people ask for them and I know that people really like them and I make them for you guys as well as for myself. So if there's ever anything that you see that you're like, oh, this is coming out and I like really want it, but I want you to talk me out of it, like, yeah, go right ahead. Show me on Instagram, tag me and shit. Check out Kimberly Clark's channel. Kimberly is not going to be doing anti-hauls from now on, I believe. All of her content is great, so please go check her out. She's a great drag queen, and she's back on YouTube and back from tour. So happy you're back, Kimberly. You're an inspiration to all of us, truly. So, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!